Okay, hello, my name is Eva Jordan, and I play under the name Eva Jordan.
So how's your coffee?
Oh, it's delicious. It's good.
Okay, I'm glad. If you had to describe your music to a SCOBY kombucha starter, how would you describe it?
Well, first I would be like, you would love it and you should use it in your commercials, and then I would describe it as, like, wish I was born, like, in the Midwest so I could write, like, folk country songs and, like, feel like I belong. And I feel like that, like, correlates with, like, the granola hippie SCOBY, like, mindset, so, like, we're the same, I guess.
So true.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know what you mean. So when did you begin producing your music and how did you get into it?
So, like, I've been playing and, like, writing songs since, like, 2018, so since I was, like, in middle school, but I was just, like, really bad at it, and, like, I, like, put on this, like, Billie Eilish, like, accent when I sang, like, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And I tried, like, using GarageBand with, like, my, like, little handheld mic that I plugged in, and it was pretty bad, but I have, like, old songs from, like, 2018. And then, I don't know, I just got better, I guess, especially the more I played with my band. Mm-hmm. Like, I liked to record, like, my version of how our songs would sound, because I wrote a lot of our songs, and, like, show it to them so I could be like, this is, like, what I think it should be like. And then, I don't know, after my band broke up, like, over the summer, so, like, the past, like, year, like, it's been very, I don't know, like, I think I've started doing it a lot more, and I started watching, like, YouTube tutorials on, like, how to, like, produce on GarageBand, and it's getting there, but it's not, like, exactly where I want to be.
So you continue to use GarageBand?
Yeah, I still use GarageBand. I just do, like, I use, like, plugins that I can, like, download, like, off the World Wide Web, and then, I don't know. I think GarageBand gets too much hate. I like it.
I mean, if it works, it works.
It works, yeah.
So yeah, can you tell me about your experience in the band Sleeve of Steve?
It was really fun. It kind of started, like, I mean, we were all, like, pretty good friends, so we were hanging out, and we were, like, all, like, talking about, like, oh, like, I wish, like, we could, you know, play in a band, like, it seems really fun, like, making our own stuff. Mm-hmm. And then we kind of, like, had, like, this, like, moment where we were like, wait, like, Simone has drums at her house, like, we can just, like, Annie and I can bring our bass and, like, guitar, and then Elena can sing and Julie can play, like, the keyboard, and, like, we can just see how it goes. Mm-hmm. And so that's how it started. And then, I don't know, I really liked doing it with my friends, and especially, like, my girlfriends. I feel like the femininity was really good, like, for our, like, artistic, like, dynamic and stuff, and I liked that we were kind of, like, a united front against a lot of the, like, I don't know, just, like, a lot of the music scene is, like, dominated by, like, men, mm-hmm. and it was nice to have, like, a familiar atmosphere where we felt more just, like, liberated and, like, able to, like, express ourselves without, I don't know, feeling like the sort of, like, condescending
yeah condescending
of, like, yeah, of just, like, the dudes that have been, like, playing and are, like, trained, like, classically or, like, in jazz and stuff. It was just very homemade and, like, mm-hmm. woman, and I don't know.
Yeah, and, like, related to that, like, how do you feel about, or, I mean, it must be difficult, like, through such a, like, a vulnerable creative process to mm-hmm. be, like, have these guys around, and, like,
yeah, it was, especially when I feel like a lot of our like strong points came out of like our like artistic like intuitive side and less so like our technical like capabilities. So a lot of the times we did feel like, oh, like we aren't like, I'm not as good at guitar as like a lot of these dudes, or like not as good at drums or whatever, like that stuff like technically, but I feel like that also kind of like opened us up to like explore different genres and like, I don't know, like entertain different ideas and processes. So it was fun to like learn with everyone. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
So what was the first song you wrote for Sleeve of Steve, and what was the story behind it?
Oh my gosh. I'm not sure if I know exactly the first one. There was one song we called like the Nomad song, which we tried playing as like an original, but it just was, I don't know. It was less of like the like rocky like poppy stuff that we ended up playing later, and it was a lot more like whimsical and like mysterious and like harmonizing when we weren't sure like how to do it quite yet. I had liked playing that song a lot, but it was just, I feel like a reach for our first song to play like as a band that wasn't like a cover. But yeah, it was called the Nomad song, and it was about like this like wandering nomad like running away from like, I guess, people and like anyone that tried to like show them like love, I guess. So it wasn't, I don't know, it was more of like a concept, I guess. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have a story behind a lot of my songs. They kind of just like come out of me.
Nice, yeah. And how was the transition going from a five-piece band with a plethora of instruments to a solo artist?
I mean, it's definitely harder, especially because I do really love like performing with people, and that was one of my favorite parts of being in the band, was like playing at shows and like meeting new people. And I feel like it's a lot harder as a solo artist, especially because I do like record all my stuff, and like my songs have like 13 plus tracks each and stuff. So I don't know, I'm not sure how to like play now when I'm by myself, because I feel like, I don't know, my songwriting is better than like my like singing like songwriting ability, you know what I mean? Or like the like singing and playing. So I don't know, it was harder. It was easier in the sense that I had more control of how it sounded, and like, I don't know, because I'm a little bit of a perfectionist and a control freak, but also I do really miss playing like live shows.
Yeah, I see. And you think you couldn't play live shows because there's so many instruments in the vibe?
I feel like it could, but I'd want to do it with other people. I think it's a lot more fun when you do it with other people, and there's more like camaraderie.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, because I used to do open mics in like middle school at this like cafe in Echo Park, and it was fun, but it was kind of just like, not lonely, but like lonely, you know? Like,
yeah, you don't have your support system.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You're not in it together. It's just, like, if I messed up, I'd be like, oh my god, and I wouldn't be able to, like, one thing that was really fun was, like, whenever we thought we played a show that wasn't, like, really good, we, like, at least, like, leaned on each other, and we were like, oh my gosh, and like, the other person was like, I know, it was, I don't know, it was a lot more cathartic than just, like, feeling bad about yourself, so I'd be like nervous about that.
Yeah, I understand. And I guess related to that, what is one of your favorite live shows that you've played at?
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I always really did like we played 2 Annie O shows, and I liked those a lot. I liked the Altadena shows we played at Sienna's house. And then Mocha Tea Night was super fun, just because, like the sound wasn't, like, amazing, but it was very, like, atmospheric and just big, and that was, like, the biggest crowd we had ever played for, and, like, I remember I didn't mess up my solo for that show, so it was fun. I don't know, it felt, like, more, like, oh, like, we're a band, we're playing for people than like we're playing in someone's backyard.
Yeah. Do you have any stories tied to like some of your live shows?
I don't know. Okay, so we played a show in Los Feliz at our friend Jules's house, and it was a benefit show for Planned Parenthood. Some of the proceeds were being donated to Planned Parenthood. And driving home to Eagle Rock from Los Feliz, my singer was in my passenger seat, and I totaled my car, and it was really scary. And she had to call her sister to come pick her up, and I had to call my mom, and it was like the worst night of my life.
Do you still have the same car? Or?
No, it was completely, like, the front was folded in, you couldn't even open the doors, like, the radiator was pierced, and, like, it was leaking fluid.
Oh, that's horrible.
So I had to, like, drive my car out of the intersection, but it was going, like, 2 miles an hour because, like, the wheels kept, like, getting shoved into, like, the metal that was all, like, pushed inward. So, no, but now I have a cheaper, cuter car.
Nice.
With the insurance money.
So I found Everybody's Girl and Big Show to be very relatable, and I'm sure it is for lots of teen girls. Do you have any words of advice for girls going through the same things that you highlight in your music?
Oh my god, yeah. Like, just a lot of my stuff is about, like, how growing up I was very, like, objectified, because I developed at an early age. Like, I was pretty tall for my age up until I was, like, 13, and I kind of was subjected to a lot of, like, talk about my body and, like, just, like, gross boys, and, like, I don't know, like, it really impacted my self-worth, and I felt like I wasn't worth a whole lot more than, like, my body and, like, how that would make other people feel and stuff. And so I don't know about advice, because that is a really, like, isolating, hard thing to go through, and it's, like, tough to say, like, just don't think about it that way. But
yeah,
because I don't know, I feel like you really have to go through it to, like triumph over it. But yeah, honestly, like, your perception of yourself is gonna change, like, as you grow older, and you're gonna be upset that you spent so many years, like, being sad about your body and being sad about how other people saw you, and, like, you're gonna find people that value you for you. So just, like, I don't know, it's still something that, like, I feel like people, like, go through, like, time and time again throughout their lives, but just, like, yeah, focus on the people that make you feel, like, loved and, like, worthy of love. So, yeah.
Do you think, like, your music over time kind of, like, shows this map through your journey through, like...
Yeah, I think, like, especially, like, recently, like, I think a lot of my stuff has been, like, okay, like, screw you, like, whatever, you're mad, and, like, because I, like, do this, and I, like, look like this. So, yeah, I guess, but there's always times where I'm just gonna be like, oh, look, that was really sad, and, like, that made me sad for so long, and, like, it's easy to draw from, I feel like, creatively. Like, that's just an easy emotion to draw from, so I write a lot about it, but I think it's less so now.
Do you think, like, writing it all out helped a lot?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like music and, like, art and, like, I don't know, like, especially, like, when I started, like, producing my own stuff and, like, recording my own stuff, like, I liked playing a lot with the sound, because, like, the sound does impact, like, the tone of, like, the song. So, like, yeah, just things that I couldn't, like, vocalize and, like, articulate the best really did help me through a lot of those things, and, like, they did feel, like, cathartic, and, like, I was, like, letting go of this, like, tension. So it's a good outlet. Music.
Oh my god, my foot keeps on falling asleep. Okay. So I really love that your, like, lyrics kind of mix this Riot Girl vibe with like folk music.
Oh my god.
And
I haven't gotten that.
and how did you develop like your style and find out what type of music that you like to play?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, I steal a lot of like chord progressions from like artists that I really like and songs that I really like, but I always do try to change it because I don't want to feel like I like plagiarize an entire song. But yeah, like I draw so much influence from like, especially like I grew up listening to like Elliott Smith, so I've always loved how he writes, and like he is really sad but also is kind of like the like screw you mentality. And like I don't know, just trying different things. I got a lot more into like folky stuff like Bob Dylan and like Sybil Bayer and like Vashti Bunyan. I don't know if I said her name right, but I don't know. Yeah, definitely like I have tried to like emulate other people's writing styles, and that kind of shaped my own, if that makes sense.
Yeah, totally. So I also really love the themes of nature in like in Abominate Able Child. What were the inspirations for that song?
Yeah, Abominable Child. Yeah, that, I don't know, I feel like I really, like, I was raised, like, atheist and stuff, and I've kind of always liked the idea of, like, nature in, like, a spiritual sense, and, like, thinking that, like, nature, like, does have, like, driving emotions and, like, just, like, I don't know, themes. So I love to use nature and, like, I don't know, using, like, similes and metaphors and stuff, because I feel like it kind of connects you to the world around you more when you do, like, I don't know, it makes me feel, I guess, more worldly, but just, like, I don't know, it just seems like it isolates me less than just, like, oh, like, I went through this and this and this, but if I use, like, these metaphors of nature, it's more, like, a collective experience, I guess, for people that go through similar things.
And do you think, like, nature kind of ties in with, like, the feminine? And...
Yeah, definitely. I love, like, yeah. I think that beauty and stuff, like, it is, like, an inherently, like, feminine, like, aspect and stuff, and, like, yeah. I think nature is very feminine, and everyone, like, I don't know, like, other cultures believe that too, so I definitely think that, like, being a woman kind of gives you an in. Yeah. Or, like, identifying as, like, a feminine person. Yeah.
And you also recently released Fun and Talk. Can you tell us about the process of making that song?
That one was one of my things where I was like, I want, like, a fun, like, can I say bitchy? Yeah. Like a fun bitchy song. Like, I don't know, because a lot of the times I feel like, oh, I'm being so, like, melancholic and sad, and I want to, like, feel more, like, empowered through, like, I don't know, like, not, like, rage, but, like, sassiness and, like, just, like, yeah, I don't know. That was just, like, something I was like, I want to have fun, like, I don't know. I want to sound, like, mean for once.
So, like, through that song, you kind of played a character that you usually are.
I think, yeah, for a lot of those things, that's kind of how it goes.
If you could do a collaboration with any artist in the world, who would it be and why?
Oh my god. I have to think. Okay, I'm obsessed with tchotchke. I love tchotchke so much. They're like this super cute, like they're really doo-wop-y, like poppy. I don't know. They're just so good. I love them so much. And I don't know if they'd want, like, I don't know about collab, but I definitely would want to, like, talk to them and, like, draw, like, I don't know, just get a feel of, like, their process and, like, learn how they produce stuff, because they're also really well produced. Like, they're just, I'm obsessed with them. I've been to, like, 3 of their shows, like, all the shows that they've played in LA in the last, like, 2 years. So, yeah.
Awesome. And if you could make a music video for one of your songs, which song would you do, and like, what would it look like?
Okay, there's this. I haven't like released it, but I've been like sitting on it for a long time because I've just been like too scared to like put it out anywhere, and like just like perfectionist about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's called "Too Mean," and it is like a more upbeat, like very inspired by like Mary Lou Lord. Yeah, like power pop sort of thing. So I'd want to have like, I don't know, just like a weird masks, weird costumes, like not really like a consistent storyline. Just like, I don't know, I'd want to have something like artsy and fun, and like I'd probably want to do it with someone that like has their own vision, because I feel like, I don't know, like, yeah, working with other people's like senses of like creativity and like, I don't know, like collaborating in that, I don't know, I think that's really fun. I wouldn't want to like direct it or anything, but something weird.
Would you want to see how like other people would do this?
Yeah, like how other people would like construct some like, I don't know, like, yeah, like a plot or like a scene with like the feel of the song. I think that's always what I've kind of wanted to do, is like watch how like what I make impacts other people. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I noticed that you're also a visual artist. Can you tell me more about your visual art?
Okay, so yeah, I don't do as much now because I went to college for one semester doing animation illustration, and it was so much just like drawing exactly what you saw that I just like stopped liking art. So I'm trying to like get back into like doing it where I like it. But yeah, like especially like between like sophomore year and like senior year of high school, like I was like, I don't know, I was in like AP art and like DP art classes, so it was a lot of like making art for school, but also like those aren't classes where they really give you a lot of like, I don't know, like criteria. You kind of just do what you want with it. And it was really fun. I did like a solo art exhibition for one of my DP assignments at this library. It's like a local library called the Heavy Manners Library in Echo Park. And my favorite comic artist, Jesse Moynihan, had like done like a gallery and like a workshop there. So I really wanted to do it. They have like this really cool like weird basement area. And so I got to like set up like these different like gel lights, and like I like made my own beat to go with the art, and like I had like a whole like projection up. It was really fun. Like it was just really fun to like create an atmosphere. I don't know.
And that was your solo art exhibition?
Yeah, I have, actually I don't know if I have posts about it on my Instagram.
I saw one.
Yeah, I guess I do.
Yeah, and your visual art is featured on one of your album covers. Are there other places where your two mediums of visual and musical arts intersect?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like with my like solo exhibition, like I made like a weird like creepy beat, and I recorded myself like whispering to like into the mic, and like I like masked it enough so like you could like barely hear it, and then if you did, it was like creepy. I don't know, I just like. And that's another reason I wanted to go into animation, was because like I've made a couple like little animation sequences and like done the sound engineering for those too, and like have made little like instrumentals to go with it. And like I've always liked the idea of like being able to like animate like my art and like make music to go along with it, and like story, like create a story and stuff. But yeah, the school, like the academic course was a lot too like rigid for me to enjoy. But that's why I was like into it.
Do you think you would make a music video with your animations?
Honestly, like I thought about it, but again, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so much work. So I'd have to like motivate myself to.
Yeah.
I have a problem with like starting things and not finishing them.
Or could you describe like the style of animation that you do?
Really like super like dumbed down cartoony. Like I don't know, like I really like playing with a limited color palette. So like I did one and it was just all blue, and it was about this like little guy, and he was like going to like, he wished to like go to the moon because he was like the same color as the moon, and so he got beamed up into the moon, and that was all blue. And then I did a different one where like it was all black and white except for like red, and red was like the evil color and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's very like Adventure Timey inspired, and like I said, like Jesse Moynihan, he has this comic called Forming. It's like a web comic, but I also have like a hard copy version. But he also was a storyboarder for Adventure Time, so like really Adventure Timey.
Well, what's your favorite Adventure Time character?
Jake the dog.
Yeah.
I think he's like stupid, but also he's like the wisest guy. I really like, I wish I want to like be on that level someday.
Do you think you're the most like Jake, or what character?
The most, I don't know what I'm like the most like, honestly, maybe like Flame Princess. I feel like I could be like her, or like Finn, like one of the more adolescent ones. But you know, maybe I can become Jake.
Has music taken away time that could have been spent on visual arts and vice versa, or do they work in tandem?
I don't know if it takes away, because like whatever I feel like doing, I'll do it. I think that lately I've been more into music, but I think that's just kind of how like creativity works. Like, no, I think that like having different media to do art in is like, honestly, like it makes you more well-rounded, and like a lot of the times like my songs will fuel like my visual art and stuff, and vice versa. So I think it's more good than bad to like be able to do different things, but also it's not bad to just do one thing. I think whatever you feel like doing and whatever like releases like whatever tension you have is good, and just to go with how you're feeling.
And you mentioned that like, so will some of your like drawings or visual art like inspire songs?
Yeah, I think so. I think like, especially because I work a lot more with like the feel of things. I don't know, I've never like, I think it's really cool when like artists can like map out like they can like conceptualize an entire like composition. It's like all thought out, and like all the details have like some kind of symbolism. But I feel like I'm a lot less like that, and like I kind of like, I just freestyle a lot of like my visual art. And then like also when it comes to songs, like I have a chord progression that I like, and then I'm playing that chord progression, and I'm like singing and like like I don't know, like making things up on the spot, like, and whatever like matches that feel, I kind of go with. I don't know, I don't really think too hard about it.
What is your favorite bottle out of your funky bottle collection?
I have these, they're like matching bottles. I got them from Goodwill, and they started my bottle collection. I saw them and I was like, those are so beautiful, like I need them, I don't care, like they're $4 and I need them. And I brought them home, and they're sitting on my shelf, and they're like these really pretty like they have cork, like the cork tops, and they're like these ornate like blue bottles with like little like engravings of flowers and stuff on the sides. They're like, yeah, they're like, they don't match, but they're very similar, and I like them. They're like a married couple.
What about bottles like makes you want to collect them?
I don't know. I like shiny things.
You're like a pro.
I like shiny things in my nest. Like that's why I have like all like my like the crystals and rocks, and like I love like the sun catchers that like shoot rainbows into your room. Like anything shiny and sparkly, and like especially glass, like where it catches the light and it like reflects. I love that so much. And I like the different shapes. I think that vases and bottles always have really cool like weird organic shapes, and I like them a lot.
Would you make music with your bottles? Like,
Oh my gosh, I actually, like, I totally would if I knew how. Like, I've always wanted to try doing, like, the crystal, like, wine glass thing and, like, filling it up, but I don't think my mom would want me touching all her wine glasses.
Is there lore involved with your medieval Minecraft server?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm kind of, like, I love high fantasy, but not Lord of the Rings for some reason. I just love, like, elves and stuff and, like Norse mythology type things and, like, fairy tales. And I just like old buildings. I think, yeah, it's just, it feels good. And I wanted to make a kingdom, and I wanted it to be impressive so I could, like, show it to my friends, and now it is impressive and I can show it to my friends. Yeah, I don't know. I put so many hours into that server, and it's like the biggest thing I've ever made, and it's kind of like my baby, like, funnily enough. I don't play on it as much anymore, but I used to bring my different friends in to look at it, and then I, like, had, like, I was, like, one of those where I was, like, you can only build stuff if you, like, match it to the theme. You can't build anything random and weird. It has to, like, look good with, like, all my buildings.
That's true. What's, like, some of the highlights of that server?
I have, like, a giant library with, like, a teleporter room, so it teleports, like, you, like, hit different buttons and it takes you to different parts. My friend Elena and I built, like, this battle arena, like, this, like, gladiator arena in, like, a day, and we were super proud. My boyfriend and I were playing on the server, and we made, like, a whole separate kingdom in, like, the lush caves. So we have, like, a button for that, and yeah, just, like, things like that. Like, we have, like, restaurants, bakery, like, butchers, inns, apartments, just whatever you can think of. We have, like, a temple, and, like, it's a temple to Cthulhu, so we made him, like, the, like, god. Like, I don't know.
It's very Adventure Time-esque.
Yeah. Very, like, yeah, I don't love H.P. Lovecraft as a person because he's racist, but I love, like, his, like, monsters and, like, like, the way he conceptualizes those monsters. I think they're cool. So I wanted to bring that in.
Nice, yeah. And I'm interested in your tattoos. Can you tell us the stories?
Okay, well, this is the first one I got. I saw like an Instagram thing of someone with, like, a dragonfly tattoo when I was, like, 16, and I was like, I want that so bad, and I was, like, begging my mom. I was like, please, like, we can go to, like, Nevada or something, and, like, you can just sign away the, like, my right to get a tattoo and I can get it. But I didn't. I waited until my 18th birthday, and, like, the day after I turned 18, I got this, and then this one I just got in December, and it is Ferdinand the Bull, and it's actually, like, kind of a copy of Elliot Smith's Ferdinand the Bull tattoo, but it's different. It's, like, lighter. I like the light line work style. But I thought it was, like, kind of like two birds with one stone because I love Elliot Smith, and it, like, I don't know, like, immortalizes him on my body. And then also I love the story of Ferdinand the Bull. And then I have really bad, like, unfinished stick and pokes on my ankles, but they match. And you know what? It's like, yeah, it's okay. At least it's not a penis, like everyone else got.
Yeah. What's the story behind Ferdinand the Bull?
Ferdinand the Bull, like, in short, he was, like, this giant, big, like, the biggest, fattest, like, scariest looking bull, and he loved, like, his favorite thing in the world was, like, smelling the flowers and, like, chewing on them and stuff. And he was chosen to be in, like, a bullfight, you know? But then, and everyone was super hyped because he was, like, ginormous and he was, like, a unit. And then when it came, like, for the fight, he literally, like, just sat in the middle of, like, the arena and, like, just, like, picked at the grass and, like, smelled the flowers. And then he lived happily ever after doing that, picking the grass. So, like, I don't know, yeah. He was just, he's a gentle, big bull.
Aww. Yeah. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you so much.